we're live. Hey, Mr. Ryman, I hear you came to talk to me about a student.
Yeah.
Trouble with?
I have a lot of trouble, actually. Really at my wit's end with Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
And causing a lot of problems and can't seem to get through to him. And I don't know what to do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Tried a whole bunch of talking to him. That, temporarily kick him out of class. And it's just a constant problem, and it's really just driving me crazy.
Okay.
I don't know what to do about it.
Okay. Well, what is the behavior that's causing this trouble? What is he doing?
Kind of like the class clown thing, just kind of acting out to get attention and trying to draw in everyone else's attention. So it's affecting the other students. They're really hard to keep everyone on track and do like a full lesson plan.
Okay.
Every time he's there, I don't think I've gotten through one so far this year.
Okay.
A full lesson plan.
Okay, and
frustrating.
So what do you mean by class clown? He's just like disruptive, or
yeah,
just
trying to make
talkative?
jokes out of stuff. Very talkative.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to bring other people in on it.
Okay.
And some obviously like it, and then others kind of don't want to. But either way, I mean, it distracts them from the work we're trying to do, and I always have to stop the class.
Mm-hmm.
And we got get it to stop and then start up again, and
right.
it really messes up the whole process.
So you're losing momentum when
really
is being the class clown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So does this happen around like a particular time of day? Is it in the morning, in the afternoon?
It seems like more so like after lunch.
After lunch? Okay.
Yeah. Not so much in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like caught him sleeping a couple times in morning class.
Okay. But most of the time when he is being disruptive, it's after lunch. Okay. The sleeping in class obviously isn't good either.
No.
Okay. So, how do you normally respond to this behavior? Like, what have you done? You said that you talked to him, but...
yeah, I tried explaining to him how disruptive it is. And it kind of, at the time... You want to
Yep.
get that? Okay.
My apologies.
It's still recording.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I asked you what you normally would do.
So I tried explaining to him that it's very disruptive to the class, it's not fair to everybody else, and it kind of gives me that, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, kind of that deflective, like he understands, but not a concrete, like, the kind of just to, get me to stop talking kind of thing.
Okay.
And not that he actually does understand. And I think it's mostly just so he can get some attention in class. Very fidgety as well.
Okay. So, so when you do talk to him, it seems like he just completely, just kind of gives you the good old yes sir, no sir type thing, and then goes right back to...
tells me what I want to hear, and then a day or so go by, and it's back to the same thing. I asked him to leave the class.
Okay.
Thinking, but it doesn't really seem like that really bothers him that much. It's not a big deal to him.
Okay, well, how does he react when you do kick him out of class?
Kind of like I've overreacted,
Okay.
and that like I've overreacted, and I'm the bad guy for kicking him out.
Right.
And then he shrugs.
Okay. And what are the other students like when you do ask him to leave versus when he's there?
At first, because I've done it a couple times now. The first time they were, it was kind of like that. like someone's getting kicked out of class, and now and last time I did it, it was almost like it's a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and didn't get much of a reaction out of the rest of the class, which was nice because it kind of, once he was gone, we were able to get right back to the lesson plan almost.
Right.
But you know, it's not a good thing if it becomes normal for me having to kick a child out. It's not something I want to do, but it's really affecting the rest of the class, so it's not fair to the rest of the students.
Okay, so it seems like you do want him in your class. That you do want him to be.
Oh yeah, I do.
Right.
But I mean, if he's there, I want to teach him, and I can't while he's acting like this. And so far, my attempts at getting through to him have failed. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So, what do you expect from him overall as a student? Like, what would you like to see from him?
I'd like to see him pay attention, obviously, but be engaged in the class, and I don't mind, someone talking out, but it has to be pertaining to, the lesson that day, and actually add something to the conversation rather than taking away from it, or, kind of trying to deviate us off to something else.
Right. Okay. So then, is there any particular goal that you would have in mind of, where you would want him to be, or how we would get there?
I'm wondering if he has some kind of learning disability. A lot of students do, maybe some kind of attention deficit disorder. I don't know if, what his parents are like in his life, if, they're supportive of trying to, have him see a therapist to figure some of those things out. But that might be something good to mention to his parents, because it might just be something like he can't pay attention. I get that sometimes,
Okay, so potentially something that might be out of his control is what you're thinking.
Potentially maybe it is something out of his control.
Okay.
Maybe he's just not taking it seriously from me. Maybe he needs to hear it from someone else.
Okay.
That, he does take his authority or seriously, I guess.
Sure. Okay. Well, have you tried calling his parents at all and talking to them about his behavior in class?
I have not. I've expressed this to some other counselors, and I think they said that they would try and get in contact with them, but I haven't heard anything back from that.
Okay.
That is something, I could potentially just do myself. But.
Right. Okay, well, I think that could potentially be a good start, is to kind of let him know that you do have his parents' phone number and kind of see where that goes, because it's much easier for you as the teacher to say directly, this is what's happening, this is what I've witnessed.
Yeah.
And communicate to the parents about that and see if there's any changes. What does Johnny do really well? Like, is there anything that you've noticed that his strengths when he's not goofing off?
I notice he does draw very well, and I know I've seen him in the hallway reading.
Okay.
Reading books that aren't like, something that has to do with class. They're kind of on his, I guess, books that he's chosen to read on his own outside of class. So maybe whatever this school has prescribed for him to read isn't really keeping his attention, or isn't something he relates to.
Okay. So, well, I mean, that's a good thing. We do know that he has somewhat of an academic interest.
Yeah.
Right, if he's pursuing books on his own. So that's a good thing. And that could be something that you do mention to the parents of, I noticed that he's academically inclined. He's reading books on his own that aren't necessarily about class, but it's important that he is reading and getting that outside interest. And so you wouldn't be completely bombarding his parents with all this negative thing, all these negative things. You could also talk about his strengths of, being able to kind of read on his own, which I know a lot of our students don't normally choose to do that.
No.
Okay, so besides just calling his parents, like, do you have any other ideas of what we might be able to do to kind of take an approach to maybe correcting this behavior?
I don't. I've tried a lot. It's just I haven't been able to get through to them.
Okay. Well, let's start with giving his parents a phone call, and I think it would be better if it came from you. And then, we can see if him not paying attention is a serious problem, and something that we can maybe find out if it is, like you suspect ADD. But I think before we do that, we should start with an SST meeting. Would you be willing to sit in on one of those?
Yeah, absolutely.
And kind of teach him some study habits and like the proper way to deal with class and taking notes and stuff like that. And that would also ask his parents to get involved too.
Yeah.
So let's try that and see what happens. Do you have any other questions for me, or anything else that I may not have picked up on?
I was thinking of seeing if it was possible to maybe change, what we, because they have to read, a certain amount of books each year, but that are on this list, and maybe finding out what kind of literature he's interested in to figure out if there's some kind of book I could put on that, some books that I could put on the list that would maybe catch his interest, so he'd be more involved in class.
Yeah.
Or be more, interested in involved in class, because I haven't seen him reading a book that's prescribed. They're always something that, a book that he's personally chosen. So maybe if we find something like that,
okay,
it would get him involved in class and more talking about the
subject matter.
Yeah, the subject matter rather than.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. That's actually a perfect goal that we can kind of look towards of, it's something we can discuss in the SST meeting of, okay, your strengths are reading. What is it that you like to read? And then we can use that as a goal of, okay, let's, on our end, find something that pertains to the subject matter, but also piques his interest. So I think that's an excellent idea. So we'll work on that. And then, let's see. I think that's about all the questions that I might have. I'll follow up with you later.
Yeah, no, I'd really appreciate that.
If you can, try not to kick him out of class. I know that
I don't like doing it, but it's just sometimes it's just
your only option.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do. And,
right. Okay.
Maybe try, something else to get him more involved in the class.
Have you tried maybe moving his seats? Does he seem to kind of do this more when he's around a certain group of kids?
I moved it once, and it seemed to help for a bit, and then he kind of latched onto another group of kids, but
so
I could try. There are some other kids that just don't play into his shenanigans, and I could try kind of surrounding him with those, and maybe he would get the point that not everyone is okay with what he's doing.
Right. Okay.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Try moving him around some more.
And maybe so he doesn't feel so singled out, because I know that you mentioned that he kind of makes you look like the bad guy when you do either talk to him or kick him out. Maybe rearrange the entire class's seats.
Yeah, I could do that too.
So it doesn't feel like you're picking on him.
No, that's a good idea.
And then that way you'll get an idea of what students really do work well together, what students don't, and within that kind of figure out who he would respond well to in a positive academic manner. So let's make that one of our goals too. is
Okay.
to see if a different seating chart would be helpful. But yeah, anything else that I might need to know?
Not that I can think of. It's just no.
No? Okay. Well, thank you for coming to me. And if you don't mind, can I observe your class maybe in the next couple days?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And
You
see.
get some firsthand, see maybe there's something you're seeing I'm not.
Mhm.
That'd be a great idea.
Okay, cool.
Really
So
like some extra help in there anyway.
yeah,
Kind of driving me crazy.
definitely. So yeah, hopefully, probably the next couple days I can come in. Do you want me to come in right at the beginning of the period, or do you want me to kind of wait a little bit?
If you could come in at the beginning of the period, I think would be better than it wouldn't come in the middle. Really
Right.
wondering,
Oh, what's going on? Right?
what is she doing?
Yeah.
What is she doing here?
Okay. Yeah. Then I can be there right when it starts and just kind of hang back and see.
Awesome, thank you. That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, again, thank you for letting me know about this, and we'll see what we can do together.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay.